Hello, it's Allie Thompson here, and I am excited to share with you my 5-part series, How to 10x Your Handmade Product Sales Online in Just 15 Minutes a Day. So in today's video number 1, we're going to talk about how to pick a platform. Because here's the thing, the biggest problem I see most handmade sellers, or the biggest mistake I should say that most handmade sellers make is that they try to be everywhere, doing everything all at once. They want a website, they're on Etsy, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on TikTok, they're on Pinterest, and they're trying to do it all. And they're not seeing results in any one area. So I wanted to talk really quickly about the different types of sales platforms that are out there. And the one that I recommend most handmade sellers get started with right away and master if you want to see sales today, sales tomorrow, and sales on into the future. So let's start with the 3 different main platforms that you can sell your handmade products. Number 1 is other people's websites. So these are things like Etsy, Amazon, even eBay, where you are basically posting your product on somebody else's website, and then they are bringing traffic in order to buy from the people who post on their website. So this is a buyer intent kind of platform, meaning people come to these websites with the intention to buy something. I mean, we usually don't go to Amazon just for fun, right? Usually we're shopping and we're looking for something specific. Same with Etsy. Normally people are looking for something very specific that they want, or they're browsing around to try to find a thing that fits what they're looking for. So the pros for these sorts of platforms, I mean, it sounds great, right? There's like a lot of people there with buyer intent. Therefore, you're going to get in front of buyers. And while that is true, one of the major cons of selling on other people's platforms is you're not the only one selling there. You are selling, but so are hundreds, if not thousands, of other people that have very similar products to yours, are selling on the same exact platform. So when somebody does a search, the odds that you're going to show up on page 1 without really trying are extremely low. And this is why a lot of people start Etsy shops and nothing happens, because all they did was simply put their product up there and hope for the best. So when you are selling on Etsy, the game is search engine optimization. It's SEO. It means that you have optimized every single one of your listings to hopefully make that page 1 make it to page 1. Now, the problem is that Etsy can change its rules in the drop of a hat. We saw this happen a few years ago when Etsy said, hey, we're going to now favor shops that offer free shipping. I had a client that was making $3,000 a month on Etsy, and it went down to practically zero just with this one little rule change. Competitors can come in and knock you out of that page 1 spot very, very easily. So you always have to be on guard. You always have to be watching for your SEO. And you could spend hours and hours and hours on SEO and never guaranteed a result. It can be very frustrating. And on top of all of that, you are building Etsy's brand and Etsy's website versus your own brand and your own website. So you're doing all of this work for them to take a large cut, which I'm not going to argue that they don't deserve it. They do, but now you're building up their platform versus really creating a following and a brand of your own. How many times have you heard people say, I bought this on Etsy, right? They bought it on Etsy. They don't even know who the maker is because it doesn't really matter to them. They're building up Etsy's brand. Etsy's building up Etsy's brand and not you. So that is the first platform. While I think if you really love the search engine optimization game and you are all about it and you like the techie side of that and the keyword research and all of that, then Etsy is great for you. But a lot of people are not a big fan of playing that game and constantly having to keep up with it. So the second type of platform you can sell on is your own website. And having your own website has a lot of pros. When people shop on your site, you're not sitting there right next to your competitors. You are not, trying to vie for the same eyeballs that thousands of other makers are trying to vie for. So you can really stand out and showcase your own products. You're building your own brand. You are building your own empire, right? You're building you up versus Etsy. Now, the cons of creating your own website, and I'm very much in favor of having your own website, but the problem is most people start selling online, they jump directly to, I need to have a website. And when they jump directly to, I need to have a website, they build a website, they spend weeks, if not months, if not years. I've talked to people that have spent years building their website and nothing happens. There's no sales. Nobody's coming. Nobody's buying. I had a client that went 2 years. In 2 years, she had 2 sales on her website. And the problem with websites is it's kind of like setting up a lemonade stand in the middle of a cornfield. Like, lemonade stands work better where there are people versus where there are not people. And you have to do a lot of advertising and a lot of work to get people to come to your website. Which brings me to the third platform that you can sell on that will actually help solve that problem, and that is social media. Now, as of the time of this recording, the 3 big social media platforms that you can use to sell your products that make the most sense for handmade sellers is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Now, if you are not familiar with TikTok, TikTok is really a short form video platform. It's amazing and awesome for handmade sellers, but you have to be very strategic and know what you're doing on TikTok. There are some people that have become overnight success and other people that have been posting for months and months and months and not really getting anywhere. You really have to know what you're doing on TikTok, and you have to be comfortable with video. Instagram is really great. It's very picture and product focused. So beautiful pictures do really well on Instagram. But you might know where I'm going here. Facebook is my absolute favorite social media platform for handmade sellers, and it's for this reason. Most of you are already on Facebook. Most of you watching this are already familiar and comfortable with Facebook. If you have to go over to Instagram, if you decide Instagram is going to be the one platform you're really going to focus on to do really, really well, you're going to have to learn Instagram if you're not already there. Same with TikTok. But most of you are already pretty familiar with Facebook. You've been using it personally for a while. You probably already have a business page as well. So Facebook is a little bit more intuitive. Secondly, Facebook, you can do video, you can do pictures, you can do text, you can do events. There's a wide range of different options that you can take advantage of on Facebook, where you only get 1 or 2 on Instagram and TikTok. Facebook, we have groups. I teach a lot of strategies on how to use groups. We don't have groups on these other social media platforms. So there's so many different things that we can do with Facebook. And on top of all of that, most of the people are on Facebook. You know, it's easy to get distracted by bright, shiny objects. Oh, everybody's going to TikTok. Oh, everybody's talking about Instagram. But the vast majority of people, and specifically people that have money, the people that are in your market most likely, are on Facebook. You know, I hear a lot of times like, ooh, the young people, the teenagers are going to TikTok. Great, but teenagers are not my market, and most likely they probably aren't yours either. My market tends to slant older, and I have found with most handmade sellers, their market does as well. But even if your market is in the 20 to 30-year-old range, they are still on Facebook. They may not use it quite as much as they use other social media platforms, but because their grandma is there and because their friends from school are there and because that's the best way for them to connect with people socially that they know in the real world, Facebook is always going to have a place, and it's always going to be a force to be contended with until it isn't. And then I'll tell you, but right now, there's still the biggest opportunity for handmade sellers out there, bar none. So when you use social media to sell your product, you're actually building your business up. You're building up a following. You're creating a brand. Again, people don't say I bought something on Facebook like they do on Etsy. They'll say I bought it from this person I found on Facebook, right? They start to follow you. They start to know, like, and trust you. And it not only gets you sales immediately, but this is the secret to getting that longevity, to being able to make sales today, tomorrow, a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, is having that social media presence and actually connecting with the people that you want to sell from. And the biggest reason why I love Facebook is to me, in my opinion, that is the fastest way to cash. I have strategies that I teach my clients on how to make sales on Facebook in just 15 minutes, even if you don't have a following. So Facebook is quick, easy to use. It's already familiar to most of you out there, and it gives you the most opportunities with the largest audience out there. So in my next video number 2, I'm going to talk about the 5 secrets to actually making sales, or 5 easy steps, 5 secrets, however I want to say it. I don't remember how I said it. I'm going to share with you the 5 secrets to making sales on Facebook. So you may be thinking, do I need a shop? Do I need to be on Marketplace? Like, what do you mean, like quick and easy ways to make sales on Facebook? I'm going to share with you the 5 steps to making sales on Facebook in video number 2. So make sure you watch for video number 2 and watch the whole thing, because it's going to be fantastic, and I'll see you there.